Hi, everyone. I hope everyone finds their way back over here. If you're watching this later, this is my second attempt to go live. The last wasn't working out so well, so I had to restart my router. I'm going to give everyone a chance to join. I shared the other link all over. So now the wrong link's going to be there. Oh, well, hopefully they'll find it. I'll just chit chat a little bit. I'm going to repeat some of the stuff I already said because those who are watching later, I want you to be able to know all the news. So my daughter just had her wisdom teeth out and I had errands to do this morning, regarding that. I had to go to the grocery store and the prescriptions and all that. So I'm doing this a little later than normal. Let me go ahead and just start because most of the people that were here earlier ended up, they already heard the first part of it. So anyways, for the VIPKID weekly report, and first let me say, I'm going to do VIPKID, GOGOKID, and the latest Outschool updates, which Outschool doesn't have a set day of the week that they do their updates. So they, if it happens to fit in when I do mine, I'll share theirs too. Okay, so for VIPKID, apply to be a workshop mentor. Is anyone going to apply for this? Provide support and guidance to the teacher community. We're expanding our workshop mentor team. If you're interested in running online workshops that aim to provide practical and customized teaching strategies to our teaching community, we welcome you to apply. Workshop mentors are responsible for identifying teacher needs and challenges, managing shared space with 100+ attendees, and creating and maintaining quality workshop content. I would have totally jumped at something like this before I was working at Outschool and I wanted the daytime hours. Hi, Cindy. Glad you found your way back. Cindy, will you be applying to be a workshop mentor? So I'm not sure if this is the same as a mock mentor, or if that's a totally different job. Or are they one and the same? Or I think they're different. But don't quote me. If anyone knows for sure, let me know. So yeah, I won't be applying, but let me know if you will be. Learn more about your student with Student Performance, the latest addition to the teacher portal. Hi, Stephanie. Glad you made it back. Yeah, so you go to upcoming classes, materials, students, and here you'll be able to find the student's performance that will give you information about how that student did on their homework, whether or not they've previewed their upcoming lesson or how they performed in their previous class. So I feel like a spy. I can tell if they previewed the lesson. You guys, because I was running around restarting my router and everything. I'm so hot. I'm going to take this off. I know I would not wear this to the ESL classes. Too much arm. Inappropriate for them, but hey, I'm in my own house now. And hi, other Stephanie. Both Stephanies are here. Yes. Logitech is now a 6-Apple partner. Enjoy 25% off a Logitech order with up to 3 products. If you're in the market to upgrade your classroom, you're in luck. The 6-Apple program has officially partnered with Logitech. Okay. Let me know if you just joined me. If you didn't already tell me the last time, or you can tell me again, how were your classes? What did you teach today? What are you going to teach later? And are you going to apply to be a workshop mentor for VIPKID? The Busu Language Learning Challenge is complete. All right, so here's their stats. 800 teachers participated in the Busu Language Learning Challenge. The most popular language to learn was Chinese, 311, followed by Spanish, 233, and French, 61. It would make sense that for the ESL companies, people want to learn Chinese. If you hear them in the background, what are they saying? If you aren't one of the 800 teachers who participated, it's not too late to redeem your code for a free month of premium Busu access. Try out our latest profile photo tool. Stand out to parents with the perfect photo. So basically, you upload your photo, it tells you, it analyzes framing, positioning, angles, it gives you advice. The tool does not accept or reject the picture, just gives you advice, and then it's up to you if you want to make the changes or not. Stephanie had 1 VIP Kid class, 2 Outschool, and still have 2 more Outschool classes today. Okay, awesome. You are busy. Thanks for coming, since you have a busy day too. Tips to increase your bookings. Check out our latest blog post. If you're looking to create more consistent bookings, they have a blog post for you. 6 of our best and easiest tips. Virtual meetups. A few updates ahead of summer. We're still in the midst of celebrating Pride Month, and we have some suggestions for you if you're interested in hosting a meetup, even if it happens in July. Host a brunch, lunch, coffee hour, host a book club. We also have Jell-O making Pride celebrations coming up on June 30th, and there are 3 different times available. July is fast approaching, and while we don't have specific suggested theme for the month, we suggest hosting meetups. Is anyone hosting a meetup anytime soon, or have you been to one lately? You can tell us about that. A few important notes about in-person meetups and the Superhost program. In-person meetups are still on hold. We're working to figure out the best time to plan for reintroducing in-person meetups, but do not currently have a timeline. Aren't we all glad there's so many signs things are going back to normal? Hopefully we'll be able to do official VIPKID in-person meetups soon. While we are not adding any additional super hosts at this time, we will be sure to update the teacher community as soon as this changes. So that you can go to the frequently asked section. If you don't know, a super host is someone who helps you kind of put on a meetup. And trending topics, response regarding the reports of new regulations and rules on the private tutoring sector in China, and server update on June 16th. So we're all waiting to hear about this. Glad I'm diversifying with Outschool, but if anyone missed my first update, I actually opened slots for the Frenzy again. I hadn't completely quit opening ESL, but I was very limited. I was maybe working I'd work 2 days a week, or I'd work like 1 class here, 1 class there, kind of just keeping my regulars, but only the ones that book the 4 latest time slots. So I opened a whole bunch of classes again. Hi, Jason. Thanks for coming. Tell me what you did teach and what you're going to teach today. Okay, so now GOGOKID. Virtual meetup weekly update. Okay, so GOGOKID is now going to start doing virtual meetups just like VIPKID does. And so we want to help build a community with GOGOKID teachers. That's why we're thrilled to announce GOGOKID virtual meetups. So these are going to be virtual too, not in person yet. These meetups aren't just your run-of-the-mill online meeting. These fantastic gatherings will be hosted by the best teacher in the world, you. So our goal is to cultivate a greater sense, and they want to help you plan and host it. Okay, so they give examples of some of the meetups coming up. I'm just going to read the name of the meetup. I'm not going to read like the time and all that, just to give you an idea of what kinds of meetups they're having. Summer Fun Blast Lit, Pet Palooza, 90s Pulp Culture Trivia, Affordable Prop Show and Tell, Book Club for GOGOKID teachers. GOGOKID official virtual meetup procedure. So interested teachers will complete a Google form to submit to their proposal. Use your registered email and show name, proposed meetup title, proposed meetup summary, 3 potential dates and times. Promote your meetup to the other contracted teachers. The meetup host will submit all materials, PowerPoints, handouts via email by replying to the teacher community coordinators in no less than 48 hours before it's scheduled, okay? Super Summer Kickoff Video Contest. It's finally here. We've been waiting all year. Summer is here. What better way to enjoy the summer vibes than to share with friends? Okay, so it's basically a video contest. Choose one or more of these topics to enter the Super Summer Kickoff. So here are the topics. Why teaching at GOGOKID works for you and your family life. Benefits of teaching at GOGOKID, high booking rates, high pay, bi-weekly pay, flexible schedule, etc. are just things they give you suggestions. What makes teaching fun at GOGOKID? Fun characters, cute animation, interactive classes, great courseware. They actually asked us brand contributors to do videos about this. I have one where literally I have like small edits, like just a couple things left to do. And I've been so busy with my daughter having surgery and everything that I haven't even had time to do it. I need to get that in. This is reminding me to do it. Maybe I will today. I'm actually not teaching at Outschool today. I had to cancel my classes. So choose one or more of these topics. Let's see. So I already read that part. There are no better ambassadors for GOGOKID than our very own teachers. So basically, below are some tips that your video is likely to be chosen. Okay, it's stuff like, you need good lighting. If you do it on your phone, it needs to be in landscape mode, stuff like that. Especially those of you YouTubers, you probably already know that. If anyone wants me to read the specific details about what they want in the video, let me know because, yeah, I don't want to just read. Oh, if your video is chosen, so if you put it on social media and you have to fill out a form, and if your video is chosen, you can get $50 for your video. And you may be chosen to join GOGOKID's brand contributor team. So Cindy, we might have competition soon. But all right, so there we go. And so then they're saying it again. All right, so they're saying upload your video to YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram by June 30th. So you have a little over a week. And then fill out the form. So they want the video, I think, wait, somewhere in here, I think they said a minute or more, but if it's on TikTok, it could be less than a minute. Always competition. Yes, I know. So the winners will receive, all videos will be featured on the GOGOKID official channel, $50, and you have your chance to join the brand contributor team. Okay. And you can get referrals. They have something for the application process. All right, so photo mode is available to all at 7 p.m. Beijing time. So over 1,000 pictures have been taken in the past 20 days. So basically, you're allowed to take some kind of screenshot at GOGOKID. Let me know if you work for GOGOKID if you've done this. I don't work there as much. They're my backup. And then when I do work there, sometimes they don't always know the features, but basically they're saying it decreases less than 5 stars and it increases how happy the parents are if you get a screenshot in the class. They said over 1,000 pictures have been taken in the past 20 days. And parents are 5 times more willing to share the lesson reports. And the number of 5-star reviews soar and negative drop. So, hey, that's good. If they share a picture of you in the classroom on their social media, that's good advertising for you. So, hey, that's it for GOGOKID. Okay. Oh, Casey, Teacher No Show. Casey, sorry I'm late. My daughter called. What? You should be watching my live stream over talking to your daughter. Just kidding. I will have someone watching later who will think I'm serious. Okay. Okay, so this is the Outschool news. Connect with Outschool's global community. Engaging with the Outschool international community allows you to grow your class enrollments from all over the world in order to attract the best and serve these learners. Here are a few crucial steps you could take when creating class listings. Outschool's connecting with global. Okay, so this was the short little blurb in the email, and then you click for more information. So now I'm going to read the more information. Some of this we kind of know from being ESL teachers, but some of it I was like, I had never thought about that. So let me read their suggestions. Okay, so watch out for acronyms and abbreviations. So if using an acronym, slang, or abbreviation in your class listing, make sure you include the full version or an explanation for families that may not have the same regional or national background as you. So the example they give is SAT prep class could be improved by rephrasing to SAT prep class dash American college entrance exam tutoring. So that, I don't know though. Well, tell me is someone international going to want to do that? Or maybe if they're trying to get in an American college or something. Okay, standardize your dates. This one I have done. I didn't even think about this. When listing weekly meeting dates, make sure your dates follow a format that's easily understood by all families. Spelling out the month and date. So spelling out June instead of writing like June and then 7 instead of writing 6-7 will give best results. Use clear age ranges. Since age ranges for upper and lower grades vary depending on the part of the world you're in, it's best to practice a set age range instead of a school grade. So clarify your target age range in the class description. So maybe our third grade isn't the same as third grade in another country. Think globally. Consider your content from a global perspective and be cognizant of cultural references and availability of materials. For instance, comparing something to the size of Texas may not be a clear analogy for learners in, say, the United Kingdom. Hey, this is why I'm so glad I have a map, because I use this all the time in the VIPKID travel lesson and when I'm talking to Outschool people. So I could say, look, Texas, it's one of the bigger states in the United States. So I can do that. Additionally, when creating class materials lists, some materials readily available in the United States may not be easy to find internationally. Do your best to provide several options and give parents abroad plenty of time to source any required materials if they're harder to find outside of North America. Okay, yes. And we've talked about this on Casey's live stream when we live stream about Outschool. When you're giving the supply list, always give. Designing your class listings with our international community in mind, you gain the opportunity to welcome every interested learner. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. Jason said SAT is also an acronym used by school districts to prepare for a summative assessment test. Okay. And Casey, June 6th, 7th is June 7th in some countries and July 6th in others. Oh, yes, yes. I do know a little bit from my COVID project was learning Spanish. I know that they do put them, when they say the month after the date. So that makes sense that they would do it that way. Oh, okay. Good to know. This is actually good for me to read this because one thing I was planning to do today or tomorrow is like updating my class listings. Jason, the SAT is also the Stanford Achievement Test. Okay, good to know. So it even can confuse people in America. That's what you're saying. All right. This is one that I'm not happy about. We understand that sometimes you need to update a class listing. Part of it got cut off. Classes shifted slightly over time. If it's a small edit to like approval, make change. Bigger updates like the class title request approval. I change my title all the time. I'm not happy, like all the time. I'm not happy about this. So, like for example, my American Girl one-time class, like every holiday, the name of the class changes to Easter American Girl Tea Party, Thanksgiving, Christmas. And then sometimes like all my book classes for the summer, I change the name to camp in the title. So when people search, they'll find it easier. Sometimes I'll just, experiment with something catchy. Let's try digging into Dogman or something. I don't know. Or let's say a brand new book came out in the series. I will put in the title that book is coming up in the next class, that if people are specifically searching for that book. So this one's really going to affect me because I change my title all the time. Let me know, do you change your title or other things? Sometimes I'll change the age range. I'll like experiment, usually only a year. I'll be like, is this class better for 7 to 12 or 8 to 13? So I change this kind of stuff like all the time. Um, anyways, tell me if you do, if you're the same as me. So now you're going to have to approve it every single time. So maybe someone was saying maybe they'll change their minds if they get a lot of people requesting this. Updates to Outschool review removal policy. Okay, so they're going to start reviewing your stars like they used to do at VIPKID. We're committed to authentic public class reviews at Outschool that share learner experiences, inform families of class and teachers, and provide valuable feedback. We understand, however, that there are some instances reviews may violate our Outschool policy and should be removed. We recently updated our review guidelines and removal process to best serve our educator. Okay, so I'm going to read you the things that that you are allowed to dispute reviews for. So basically, I clicked on the more information. And so this is what they have to say. Our general policy is not to alter class reviews. Instead, parents can update their reviews and teachers can respond to reviews. However, there are instances where our team will investigate and determine if it is appropriate to remove all or part of a written review. If the review is removed, the star rating will be reviewed. Okay, so these are the instances where they will change a review. It's not a lot of things. So it's mainly things that aren't your fault. So if a review is based on complaints that are unrelated to the teacher's actions, examples, missed class review. If the negative review about the class instruction and the learner never attended class. Didn't this happen to you, Stephanie? I thought you got a review that the person didn't even show up. Outschool tech issues, not your tech issues, Outschool tech issues. When Outschool can definitely determine there is a negative review results from Outschool outage or bug, including the inability to watch a recording. Hi, Danny. Better late than never. I'm well into the Outschool book. SAT means Scholastic Assessment Tests. Okay. Hi, Matthew. All right. So following instructions. When the parent didn't follow clearly written instructions to prepare for class. An example of this would be a review that states the learner did not have access to the class materials. When our team can confirm the teacher did provide the parent with instructions beforehand or that the materials were clearly posted in the classroom prior to the class's start time. Yeah, Danny was later than Casey. Right. She gets a teacher no-show. Okay. If the threat of leaving or removing a poor review was used as a tool to extract refunds, a customer threatened to leave a review if they did not receive a refund. Okay, that's fair. That would not be fair. If you don't give me a refund, I'm not going to. Okay, if the review contains inappropriate content, we will typically edit the inappropriate section out, but may remove the entire review if the review cannot be rendered appropriate and comprehensible with minimal editing. So here are examples. Safety and privacy concerns. The review divulges any personal information about the teacher, learner, or the others that participated in class, including photos of learners, class materials, lecture slides, or disparages other learners in the class. Libel or offensive language. The review includes personal attacks or insults that are targeted at characteristics of the teacher that the teacher cannot control. Maybe the teacher's identity, including gender, sexual orientation, race, national origin, or socioeconomic background. Danny, you have to go back and listen to the beginning of my Outschool reviews to get that question answered. Where a review is based on issues that are not direct responsibility of the educator, but are within the educator's control, we may review these reviews on a limited basis. In these situations, the teacher may request review removal, but Outschool will monitor the frequency of such requests and will not delete reviews. If we receive an excessive number of removal requests from that person, Outschool will limit removing these reviews because we believe strong attention to customer experience by educators will dramatically reduce the frequency of negative reviews of this nature. So don't abuse it, is what they're saying. If you keep sending in negative reviews all the time for them to review, they're going to stop reviewing your reviews. So do this only if it really meets one of these criterias, like they say something about your race or appearance or something. Okay. Learner has technology issues the teacher could not control. Product functionality and features confusion. The customer clearly misunderstood what Outschool is and how it works. I think examples of that would be like maybe they joined a flex class, but they didn't realize a flex class was not meeting in person. Customer did not understand clear aspects of the class description. The complaint is about an aspect of the class that is clearly outlined in the class description prior to the review. So, examples. Class requires use of an outside server. Gaming and coding classes, and the family complains about it using a server or fails to access the server that the majority of the class is able to access. The complaint is about potentially controversial content. However, parental guidance clearly states that the controversial topics may be discussed in class. Thanks, Candy. I've heard that before. Actually, Casey keeps getting stuff on Amazon from me because everybody's asking her for my headsets. The review states that they thought class was solely about baking one type of food, but the class description clearly states the learners would bake 2 foods and included the ingredients list for each. So I have heard, this hasn't happened to me, let me know if it's happened to you, but I've heard of people complaining about getting poor reviews when, you know, it clearly said so in the class listing. Like it clearly said, we're going to talk about some content that, you know, is a little controversial, or even before they had the strict age thing. I heard one teacher say she got a poor review because someone put them like they were lower than the age range and some of the material wasn't appropriate for that age. I'm glad that they're making these updates as Outschool's getting bigger. They're listening to people and they're seeing problems. January 6th insert. Controversial, like politics, current events. We're talking about Outschool, Candy. So, yes. If you get a negative review, sorry, I can't talk. If you get a negative review that doesn't fit into the criteria for deletion, consider it an opportunity to grow. All right, so then this is how to dispute a review. Make sure that it falls into one of the examples of what constitutes a review inquiry, what I just read about. If it does, fill out the form, provide our support team with more detailed information about the review. Make sure to fill out all required fields and provide as much specific information as possible. The teacher will be notified of the outcome. We aim to resolve all disputes within 2 weeks. Upon completing its investigation, the escalator's team decision is final. And review disputes must be submitted within 30 days of posting the review. And I know that the teachers, the parents have 30 days to, they have 30 days to change their reviews. So I could see why they do it all in 30 days. Doesn't Outschool forbid religious discussions? They do. They do. Unless it's like, you know, in history, like in high school, sometimes religion has to do with history. They do not allow religious discussions. So we're talking about reviews, Candy. Basically, Outschool came out with a review system where they, like VIPKID used to do. So they're basically going to review it if it's something you can't help. You know, you get a review about your race, or if something you put in the description or in the parental notice and they gave you a bad review for it. So, yes, controversial, like politics, current events. There are some classes about politics and current events. I don't think I mean, you can do classes about that. All right, so there was a lot. There was a lot today. What did you guys think of that? Any opinions? I haven't had any reviews for quite a while because all my classes are ongoing, but I think when they stop coming, they get offered a review. Yes. And they still get the email after the third time. And then if they stay in your class forever, they can only give one review. Same. It was a lot of stuff, Cindy. So I'm most upset about the not having to submit every time you want to change a class title. Yeah, or change anything about it. All right. Well, I got to go check on my daughter who just had her wisdom teeth out. I've had to cut back on my Outschool classes for the end of June, beginning of July. So I'm in full swing back at VIPKID again. All right, no problem, everyone. I will see you next time. Bye, everyone. 再见。